Saw my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer, straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element, out my element. My the same, don't need no clout, no fame. No clout, bought the game, all brand new chain. Ice, swerve the lane, call the group the gang. Whip that thing, whip it, this shit give me, ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it, bring the don't want no, they pull up with that. It's times three, this how it go. Park $1 million at the we gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs than PJ. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Flash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Hunch up on the call, gotta. Yeah. Superstars out. Hey. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground. Man, delete her. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Ice the game. Had to ice the game. So much ice. Too much. Had to ice the lane. Freeze the dust. Freeze. Had to freeze the lane. Freeze. Camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up. Guess I'm homegrown. Well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Get a Kleenex, but that baby wipe this nose. I wipe this nose.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Oakland Raiders. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey. Go. Get set.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 15. To throw, it's Bortles. And the Raiders have got him. Mario Edwards able to drop him for a loss of 4.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. That's good.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a tough turnover there, as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
11.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
694. Express.
On 1st, here's Washington. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blair Brown able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, he really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Here's Carr to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now, wide 85.
Now, Carr again. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. To Vecchio now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down again. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 18 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, had to get it out quickly, but it's... Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 right at the 30. Now Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Carr gives to a shot. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Now, 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And now out come the Jags. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Shotgun now for Bortles. And it's a Jacksonville touchdown. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will get him one closer. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. There's a give to Rashard. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, it's caught. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now Bortles. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
73.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Shark's got it left side. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Bortles. Dumps it off to Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Bortles to throw once more. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to rifle one deep left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Get set.
Now Carr on the bootleg. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 10. Able to push his way through. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Fournette, a first down carry. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to second and goal. Again, it's Bortles. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Now Bortles again. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they were right on target there with a fade to get the 2.
It seems like a low percentage play, doesn't it? Because you're throwing it into a tough spot and there's not much room to come down. But when you have a really athletic receiver and a quarterback with touch, it's hard to defend.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing is Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On 1st down, Bortles. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Get down, get down. You waiting?
Now a handoff to Richard. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Push it on.
Again, it's Richard, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the run.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again.
Oh, they're on him too quickly back, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jaguars had 6 to their lead.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
But for the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
All right, get set, brother. 6-18. 7-34.
Carr now on 1st down. Pass incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good. They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one. Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead. A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Green 80. Green 80. Hey, spread left. Spread left.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Bortles now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Bortles. And his throw here is incomplete. Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage. On 1st down, Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Telvin Smith in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there. Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
24. 694.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. Cooper's got it. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long. They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Telvin Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football.
Down he goes.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. And the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Bortles going to look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Bruce Irvin in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Throw that.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Mario Edwards in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
11B.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Down, 180. Hey, 734. 93. 93. What's it?
To throw again. Carr. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Go, Chief. Get down, get down. Blue 80.
One final try now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Jaguars, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. How to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that ain't average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck.
fuck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime, Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Thanos. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
Honorable C notes.
Yeah, yeah. 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 Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Pockets splitters. Don't think I'm pretty. You got that swag. You got that salt, then sell it. Free mind. Cash them out, we bellin'. Saw my teacher, I was the same student fella. Now I got a lawyer. Straight cash, no settlement. I'm out my element. Out my element. My the same. Don't need no clout, no fame. No clout. Bought the game. All brand new chain. I swerve the lane. Call the group the gang. Put that thing. Whip it. Then she give me. Ooh, yeah. Them boys fool you trying to do it. Bring the. I do. Don't want no. They pull up with that. It's times 3. This how it go. Park $1 million at the. We gon' make 'em eat that until we go. Eat it up. Rich straight to the top floor. More PJs than PJ. Rich like water, go to Cabo. Splash. Cash in the walls, hollow. Cash. Your money too small, micro. Huncho on the call, gotta. Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Shots and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers. Think about post now on the ground. Man, the leader. Whole gang in the field. We don't do bleachers.
Ice the game, had to ice the game. So much ice, too much, had to ice the lane. Freeze the dub, freeze, had to freeze the lane. Freeze, camera phone. Turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up, guess I'm homegrown, well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Yeah, the clinics, but that baby wipe this nose. I wipe this nose. What's a link with till they explode?
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now chats and goals, rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go, for the team, now she don't ski, splash. Think about folks not on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about folks not on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
All set, Rafe with the stars out. Not a board the house. Get deported out. Moved out for a shot. Marvin the Martian. I'ma put your brain up an auction. Proceed with caution. Skeleton AP is frosted. I sit back and read the offense. Was it did it the faucets? Chanel bag is ostrich. Stay down, come up in the process. Private jet, yeah. The same diamond milk, yeah. I'ma keep the on welfare. The pink stone real. Bling bling blow, yeah. Mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard.
Superstars out. Brand new cars. We by the bar now. Swaying doors now. Now smash. Chats and goals. Rock the shows. Big bang rolls. Cash. Now she go. For the team. Now she don't ski. Splash. Think about folks not on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about folks not on the ground, man, the leader. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
Standing, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty, don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry, what I tell myself.